The Killer in the Dark. In the small town of Willow Creek, a dark and ominous presence was lurking in the shadows. People whispered about the killer in the dark, a mysterious figure who was rumored to be responsible for a string of gruesome murders. Despite the mounting fear, the townspeople went about their business as usual, unable to shake the feeling that the killer was always watching, waiting for his next opportunity to strike. One young woman, Sarah, had always felt a sense of unease when walking alone at night. She was a free spirit, never one to be intimidated by the dark, but the killer in the dark had changed all that. One night, as she was walking home from a late shift at work, she heard a strange noise behind her. She turned around, but there was no one there. She quickened her pace, her heart racing as she tried to make it home as quickly as possible. But the killer was already one step ahead. As Sarah entered her apartment building, she heard a sound behind her, and before she could turn around, she felt a cold and merciless hand wrap around her neck. She screamed for help, but the killer was too strong. She struggled and fought, but in the end, she was overpowered and dragged away into the darkness. Days passed, and there was no sign of Sarah. The townspeople were on edge, and the police were working around the clock to try and find her. As the investigation continued, a shadowy figure was spotted lurking in the shadows, watching and waiting for his next victim. The killer in the dark had revealed himself, and the town was in a state of panic. With the police closing in, the killer decided to make his final stand. He broke into a local hotel, taking several hostages and declaring that he would not be taken alive. The police surrounded the hotel, but the killer was determined to take as many people down with him as he could. The standoff lasted for hours, with the killer taunting the police and threatening to harm the hostages if they didn't back off. In the end, the police managed to breach the hotel and take the killer into custody. He was revealed to be a twisted and deranged individual who had been driven mad by a lifetime of rejection and abuse. The town of Willow Creek was finally at peace, but the memories of the killer in the dark would haunt the townspeople for years to come. And Sarah's fate would remain a mystery, a reminder of the evil that can lurk in the dark.